Alright guys, I wanted to make a video, right, talking about why self-delusion works, right? And self-delusion, right, in case if you guys don't know, it's basically, right, believing in stuff that simply aren't true, right? But what if I told you that you could simply believe in stuff, right, and you believe in it until it becomes true, right? And that's why I'm trying to tell you why self-delusion works, right? Because look, if you truly believe in something with every fiber of your being, with every cell in your body, right, then naturally it's going to become true, right? And the reason why I say naturally is because over time you work out any kinks, anything that needs to be worked on for it to become true, right? And that's how self-delusion works. It works because you believe in something and you continue to believe in it, and as you believe in it, you go out there and you make it true. Let's just say that you believe that you're the biggest dude in the gym. You believe that you already are, and you go out there, you work on your body, and then eventually you do become the biggest dude in the gym, right? Same thing with like work on your looks, trying to become the most handsome man in the world, right? You work on your looks, right? You believe that you already are, and then you begin to work on your looks, and then eventually over time you do actually become the most handsome man in the world, right? And even if you aren't what you say you are, then it's still a good feeling, right? This brings me to my second point. Self-delusion works because it's a good feeling to have. It's a good feeling to have when you're self-deluding yourself. You really believe in the stuff that you say that you are, right? And it makes you feel more confident. It makes you feel like you are what you are. And that extra boosting feeling can make all the difference in the world, right? Let's just say that you're outside on the street trying to approach that girl, right? And you believe that you could already get her. You believe that you already do have her. And that extra boost in confidence, that feeling made all the difference in the world, right? That you actually do go up there and talk to her. And even if you didn't, it was that feeling in the first place that made you do it, right? It's all about the feeling, which is why self-delusion, another reason why self-delusion also works, because it gives you that confident boost, right? Self-delusion also gives you confidence rather than just seeing it as, oh, I'm deluding myself. Oh, this is not true. It may not be true, but if you believe it is, then over time it will actually become true, and it also gives you that extra boost in confidence, right? There's a bunch of like real life examples in the world, right, that you could find, right? Like David Goggins, that dude talking about self-delusion, talking about, hey, who's gonna move the logs, who's gonna row the boats, right? Even though like David Goggins is like a controversial figure in his own right, he's still a prime example, right, to use here, right? He's saying those things about like moving the logs, moving the boats, because it gives him that extra boost in confidence. It gives him that extra feeling that he needs to complete his workouts, to complete them extreme workouts, them 100-mile runs that he be doing. It gives him that extra feeling. And if you have that kind of feeling and you apply it to your own life, it gives you that extra boost to complete any difficult challenge that you're up against. And now guys, for the final point, right? Have you guys ever just had like a strong sense of urgency before you went to bed? Like you realized, for example, right, that you had a test in the morning, and you knew you had to wake up early in the morning to go out there and complete your test, right? So you go to sleep with that feeling in mind, that sense of urgency, and then all of a sudden you wake up way before that test time even appears, right? And that's another reason I wanted to bring to your attention, right? There's another reason why self-delusion works, right? Because if you have that mindset, you're able to control your body. You're able to control certain things in your body to do the things that it needs to do in an earlier fashion, to do the things that you wanted to do, right? So like I'm using self-delusion, right, in this scenario, right, to wake up early in the morning to complete my goals, to complete my tasks, right? And normally if I didn't have that mindset, if I didn't have that urgency, I would just not be able to wake up on time, right? So in this case, I'm using self-delusion to say, hey, I gotta wake up at this time to complete this, whatever I had to do, right? I'm an early riser. I'm able to wake up, even though normally I'm not. In this scenario, I am, and it turns out to be true, right? Because your brain naturally believes it, and it will force your body to, hey, you gotta wake up at this early time to complete what you gotta do, right? You can essentially, right, use self-delusion to control your body and however you want it to be, right? let's just say that you have an addiction, you're trying to quit it, right? And then you believe that, hey, I'm not a smoker, hey, I don't do vaping, right? And you truly believe it with every cell, with every fiber of your being, right? Then naturally your body would just not smoke, because it truly believes that you're not a smoker, right? You're not a vapor, right? And that's why self-delusion also works in this scenario, right? Because if you have self-delusion, you're able to control how your body acts completely, right? Instead of just leaving it up to chance. If you truly believe what you are, your body would naturally prove it, right? Prove what you say that you are, right? And that's it, guys. Like, follow, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys another time.